Story 1. The night they knocked twice. I was 19 and home alone for the weekend while my parents attended a wedding out of state. This wasn't unusual. I'd been left alone plenty of times before. It was just after midnight when the knocking started. At first, I thought it was someone at the wrong house. But then it happened again, 3 slow, deliberate knocks. I checked the doorbell camera from my phone and saw 2 men standing side by side. Neither of them moved. Neither of them spoke. I didn't answer. After about a minute, they stepped away from the door, but instead of leaving, one of them walked straight out of view while the other stayed. That's when I heard footsteps on the side of the house. I called the police and locked myself in the bathroom. Less than 2 minutes later, I heard glass break. They never came upstairs. The police found both men hiding in my parents' bedroom closet. Neither of them ever explained why. Story 2. The man in the rainy live in a rural area where neighbors are miles apart. So when someone knocked on my door during a thunderstorm, I knew something was wrong. The man claimed he was camping and needed shelter. I offered to call someone for him. He refused. Hours later, I saw firelight in the woods behind my house. Then I saw him again, this time holding a rifle. I fired a warning shot through the door frame. The police later found a buried duffel bag nearby. They told me it looked like preparation, not desperation. Story 3. Someone was waiting for her. My mom worked nights, which meant I was alone most evenings growing up. One night, I woke up to footsteps downstairs. I assumed it was her until I realized the lights were off. When I went downstairs, I saw him sitting at our dining table, completely still, wearing a black mask. He left just before my mom came home. The police said it looked like he had been waiting. Story 4. The Shetty noticed a man walking down my rural road earlier that day. That night, I heard my shed door slam open. When I checked, everything looked normal, until I went back inside and saw muddy footprints leading to my spare bedroom. The man inside was holding a shovel. He ran when he saw my rifle. He was never found. Story 5. The Airbnb roomie arrived late to an Airbnb in a town I'd never visited before. One of the upstairs lights was already on. That night, I heard someone walking toward my bedroom door. They tried the handle. Then they tried to force it open. When I locked the door, the man screamed something I couldn't understand and ran out of the house. The owner later admitted someone else still had a key. Story 6. Someone unlocked the door. He woke up to the sound of a door closing. The front door was unlocked. Nothing was stolen. The next night, I found him hiding inside the house. He ran before I could react. The owner changed the locks the next morning. No explanation was ever given. Story 7. The attic window. I kept hearing something hit my roof during a storm. I discovered a hidden attic window. Inside the attic was a man crouched on all fours. He'd been living above me for days. Story 8. The shadow under the door. I kept hearing movement outside my bedroom. One night, I saw a shadow pass beneath the door. When I opened it, a man stood at the end of the hallway. He left calmly, like he'd already been there too long. Story 9. He came back. A man came to my door and tried to look inside. That night, he returned with someone else. One distracted me at the door while the other tried to break in. Only one was arrested. The other vanished. Story 10. The roommate. My landlord wasn't the owner. One night, he told me not to leave my room. I heard something heavy dragged into the garage. The next morning, he was gone. So was the house. Story 11. The footprints. He moved into a house I'd never seen before. I woke up to footprints leading to my bed. They stopped inches away. The landlord let me break the lease immediately. Story 12. The farmhouse. A man drove down my private road late at night. The next night, he entered my house while I was sleeping. He searched my bedroom. Then he disappeared into the field. I sold the house a month later. OUTRO, if there's one thing these stories have in common, it's this. Most intrusions don't happen suddenly. They begin quietly, patiently, with someone watching, waiting, learning your routine. So tonight, when you lock your door and turn out the lights, ask yourself, are you sure no one already knows you're there?